It's the end of the week. I'm gonna get run over. I'm wearing my fleece in May. This is Every Trade, Behind the Build, episode 28. So it's Friday and welcome back to another edition of Every Trade, Behind the Build. It's been a busy week this week and I quite like doing this bit and setting the video up at the end of the week so I know actually what's happened. So the first thing I'm going to do is spin you back to Project Rosewood where the tilers are making some good progress. And I really like these tiles, it's a nice bond as well. Let's have a look. How do you think the game went the other night, boys? Give it here, I'll carry it. I'll carry it for you.
Oh, you carry it?
Yeah, put it down, I'll get it. So it's good seeing that project come together. I love the final fix stages, the tiling, the decoration, the final fix joinery. It's when a job really comes alive. That's Jason, our tiler, and he's worked for us on and off for 15 years, one of the very first subcontractors I used. He offers us a great service, he's reliable, he's good at his job and he's fair on price, and that's why we still use him. We've had other tilers come and go, but Jason's pretty much been there from the start and we really appreciate him. I was thinking this morning when I woke up, and you know I'm a bit of a deep thinker, but I was thinking about deathbed thinking. If I'm lucky, I'm 40 now, I might have another 40 years left on this planet. And what will I think about when I'm about to take my last breath? Will I think about small things like cash flow and letting people down and things like that? Or will I think that maybe I spent too much time building these businesses? But then I thought about it, no, because this is my life's work, this is my passion. Being in business and trying to grow businesses is what I believed, at least professionally, I've been put on this planet to do. I love my kids, I love my family, I love spending time with all my family and my friends and seeing people around me do well, but I do think that I've been put on this earth to build businesses. I might not end up being Elon Musk or Bill Gates, I'm not smart enough to be them people, but the passion I get from building our businesses and being in business drives me so much. So will I look back when I'm about to take my final breath and think, oh, I spent too much time doing construction? I don't think I will. I feel like this is why I'm here. But then I thought, have I spent too much time sweating the small things like cash flow and whether I'm going to upset a customer or whether I said something wrong in a conversation and beat myself up for it? And yeah, the answer is probably yes. They're short-term things, they're short-term stresses. Do you guys stress out about things like that? Because I care so much, I do. So I don't want to look back, being on my deathbed and thinking, I worried, I sweated the small things too much. I want to look back and think, you know what? I'm so happy that I built something that's probably, hopefully, still here for my kids and my grandkids to enjoy. Hopefully I've spent amazing times with my kids and my grandkids, and I'll be happy and I'll close my eyes and take my last breath and think, that was a good life. Bit deep, yeah, bit deep for a Wednesday, but I'm quite a deep person for such a little man. Let me know. Close your eyes and just imagine what it'd be like taking your final breath, and if you'll have any deathbed regrets. I don't think I will, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure I don't. Back in the real world, over in Liverpool, we want to show you our Greenbank project. This is Project Greenbank, which is our own letting shop that we're building for Emperor Lettings. We've not really been able to get onto it as much as we wanted to because we've just been so busy on the other projects there, but we've actually managed to free up a bit of time and the boys are in there. So over to you, Mr. Riddick.
So welcome back to Liverpool. I've just caught the lads doing a concrete pour as well, so literally rushed in to see them do it as we pulled up. And you can see all the lads are wheelbarrowing in. Spot mixer outside with the volumetric, which you'll see now. Pouring into the barrels, the lads are bringing them in. And then Christian and I are just levelling off, bringing it through. So this is obviously our lettings office, once it's going to be finished, not just yet. But you can see all the steel work, now it's been opened up. The roof's been done. Got like a little roof light, the window going to let more light in, because it's so narrow in here. That's why we're trying to let as much light in as possible. But the existing floor that was here, the levels are all over the show, so we dug down, done a proper hardcore bed, insulated it up to standards, and then now we're just concreting it through, so the whole floor will be true now as well. You won't have no step down, which is what they used to have. You'd step down into the back bit, whereas this is all going to be level now. But it looks nice and big in here and good, so I'm happy with it. So the basement is now being converted, but now you can see all the membrane that's been put in, the sump pump, which is put in. So what happens is we'll dig down to the height that we needed. We didn't have to go much far down in here, to be fair, because we had good height. But you dig down and you membrane round and insulate, but you put a track in that runs all the way around the perimeter of the walls. And this membrane goes into the track. So when any water or any watering happens, it was mainly happening from the front here where the road is. It comes in and falls down and goes into the track. And then the track is levelled, it finds itself down into the sump pump. So in the sump pump there, when it reaches a certain level, it then just pumps the water out and through the drains. You can see it's coming up there. Christian's just got to plumb that in now to go outside. And that'll just automatically take the water when it hits a certain level every time, but it's quite dry, so that means to me that not much water is coming down here. When it does rain, the front does get a little bit more coming in, but as I say, that'll just flow down into there. This is more or less how it's going to be now. I'm going to keep obviously the lecky there, the gas meter there, just put cupboards on, but this will just be insulated and boarded. But this is going to be like our meeting type education classroom that we're going to do. We're going to have like a board or a telly on the wall there, desk in the middle, or like a big meeting table. We might build a little bit of a storage cupboard in the corner just to store office bits and bobs. So on this one as well, the previous owner had already swapped out some of these timbers. You can see there's new ones in, the old ones still on there. If we were doing it, we would have just swapped all of it. But they'd previously done this, so we're worth us taking it out to redo it again just for the sake of swapping them timbers. Good space again to add on. So obviously the shop floor's there. This is here on the very, very top. That's where we're going to be converting from a 4-bed into a 5 or 6-bed HMO. We need to work out the sizes yet to see how we're going to do the 6-room. We may only get away with doing 5 this time, but they're moving out to the end of June. So once they move out, we're going to start upstairs. Ideally, it would have been good to do it all in one go, because it's going to be noisy when we're working in the office. But it is what it is. So you can see now it's nice and big, an open space compared to what it was like. So where the column is holding up the steels, we're going to have a bit of stud work there, and we're going to form a little access point to go outside, and then where the soil stack is coming down will be our toilet and sink. And then that back bit where that one single window is will be like a canteen breakout area, and then all of this will be the office space then. So that's the reason why we put that roof light in there, and we've made another bit of a window opening here so that we're going to have a door and with glass on, so it lets as much light through as possible into here, because it's a little bit dark. We're going to have obviously the shop front, which will have all glass letting light in, and as much light as you can come in there, so we've got natural light coming through. We've been toying with what we're going to do as well. We're going to put aircon in the whole place rather than having a boiler and having radiators and stuff. We're just going to get aircon put in, which has got hot and cold. So it's in the summer we can keep it nice and cool, in the winter keep it nice and warm. But it's a nice big layout to work with now. There's no more internal walls, which makes it easier for us to do what we want to do. But as I say, previously there was a few walls that we've tucked down. But as I say, once these have done this now and the concrete goes off, we'll throw our bit of stud work in probably towards the end of the week. Maybe next week now, depends how we get on. And then we're good to go then for M&E, sparking and plumbing, so we start fitting out. Where the lads have put the ceiling roof in there, we'll just box in these steels the exact same height as that, so it's flush. I might even bring that ceiling across here, I don't know, we'll see what it's like when we frame out down here. So that's it for today on green bank there, so you can see the lads are still pumping up the concrete, quite a bit going in there, to be fair. Them volumetrics are quality though, by the way. Me and Chris need to speak about doing something with one of them eventually in the end. But yeah, so the lads are getting that in. Good little progress there on there now. That'll open up a lot of work for us inside to carry on getting the layout right, like I explained before. But I'm going to leave you to it. I want to hand you back over to Manchester and let them take it from here.
So I'm really looking forward to getting that shop open. I know Alex feels the same. We've got big plans for that there. We want to manage our own stuff like we already are doing, but we also want to manage properties and sell properties for other people. And we've recruited a really experienced property manager called Lindsay. I think she's a bit camera shy, so we've not got her on camera yet, but she's going to be a real asset for us. And we don't know where we're going to be. We might go into multiple cities or whatever, but we're going to bring it to you on the channel. And it really shows the depth of the businesses that we're into. Now, I'm just looking at my extensive shoe footwear collection. Obviously, I've got my butt boots and I've got my work boots. I've got my Yeezys, of which, what are you doing? I've got my 11 pairs of Yeezys. I've got 11 pairs of these, but I've got these bad boys here, right? These absolutely go-to footwear for a football match, and I'm donning these tonight. I know I don't look like an athlete, and that's because I'm not an athlete, but the tradesmen, some of the tradesmen for every trade and some of our subbies have challenged the office staff, so me, KTM, even Danny and our kid Jay, to a little football, five-a-side football match. So they're giving it the big one. One of them is an ex-pro, two of them are ex-pros, one of them played semi-pro. So I am actually quite nervous, but we're going to give it our best, and we're going to actually bring this to you a bit later in the week, or we're going to try to anyway, so wish us luck. That's it for Wednesday. Back tomorrow. Good morning, it's Thursday. I'm on site at Project Cranbourne. I am aching from that match last night, but more on that later. So I'm here with Adam and Eve, and as you've seen in Wednesday's episode, hopefully you've watched that. If you've not, get it watched. The goal frame is in. So this is ridiculous, the actual size of steel is. How much does it weigh, boys? What was it?
2 ton. 2 ton.
2 ton.
Going across the top.
Yeah.
And then the separates coming down are half a ton.
Yeah.
Each.
Yeah, so it's 3 ton out, yeah? 3
Yeah.
ton,
So
innit?
it's 3 ton.
So it's in, and it's great, and everyone's happy, except the customer. Customer, not so happy. Nothing that we've done wrong, nothing that Adam and Eve have done wrong. Basically, we've done it exactly as per the engineer's design, but as you can see, it's quite low. And if I can touch it, it's very low. And that's because it was the way the engineer designed it, with the steels that are intersecting with it. That's where it was meant to be. But the customer has asked, or basically wasn't very happy, and said, can we raise it? So we had a little think about it. Adam and Eve had their own idea, which was about jacking this frame up and pouring new pads. However, me being the oracle of construction came up with a different idea. It's a good idea, that, wasn't it, boys? My idea.
Great, yeah.
So where is it? So what we're going to do, if you see here, I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a big bit of work, this. But if you see here, these feet are sat on a concrete pad. And the idea was, Adam and Eve's first idea was to jack it up, put new pads in that would be tied to the existing pad, and then sit it back down. That's a great idea, and that would work. However, I thought, can't we jack it up and get these made by the fabricators? No, give it here, I'll carry it. I'll carry it for you.
Oh, you carry it?
Yeah, put it down, I'll get it. Yeah, you bring that through for us, mate. I actually can't. These here. So this is like another extender piece. So we'll put the extension piece in each corner. So the idea is we jack the whole frame up as it is with genie lifts, put the extender feet underneath the existing legs, and then bolt them in, bolt them down, resin anchor them into the pads. I thought, that's probably the most cost-effective, safest, and most logical way of working. We spoke to the engineer, and they said, that's a good idea. Yeah, we'd be happy to sign it off. So we've had these made by our friends at Manchester Steel, and Adam and Eve now are gonna get to work, getting this up, bolting these back in, and then we'll get building control out to make sure they're happy with everything, and we can crack on. What this has meant, though, is that it's gonna add about another week to to the work, and the customer, quite a bit of cost for the customer, but they really want it to be, this is probably their forever home, so they want it to work right, and they want that high. They're quite a tall person, so he's taller than me, so I can understand why they want it. But yeah, listen, you got to roll with the punches in construction. But let's take a little general look around the job. There's a lot of props on this job for obvious reasons, because we're holding up the back of the house. So Steve, how are we getting on then? What do you reckon to my idea? What? It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's worked, hasn't it?
A lot smarter.
Looks like it's going to work.
A lot smarter than I look, aren't I?
You are, yeah. You do all right, don't you?
Yeah. Were you pleasantly surprised when I came up with that idea?
Amazed, couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Probably a little bit better than your idea, wasn't it?
No, a little bit. Yeah.
We did say how amazing it was.
Yeah. And then,
Just the best.
Yeah, we pay us on Friday. Yeah. So yeah, it's a nice bit. It's a shame though, isn't it? Because it's a nice bit of work we've done there. I mean, it's absolute monster. Is this the biggest steel you put in?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, the customer was over the moon with it. He was happy. Just the height. That's the only thing he wanted to change.
But it was exactly to how the engineer designed it, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly how it is.
Yeah.
If anything, it's slightly higher than the existing beam that was already there.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's mad because back in the day, the steel would nowhere near be this big. I mean, to be honest with you, back in the day, they probably would have put like an intermediate post in or something. Yeah. But everybody wants this open plan. Look, and you think about it, you're taking all the strength out the back of the house, aren't you? But they're getting bigger, the steels, aren't they?
Yeah, huge. Every job gets bigger, but this is different.
I know. I mean, it's going to get to a point where the cranes that we use, they probably wouldn't be able to lift these. Yeah. Honestly, you could hold up a skyscraper with it.
Yep.
And you've got to think about safety. At least, though, to be fair, we've got that splice detail in this one, haven't we?
Yeah, I'm glad we got that, because originally we was going to do it in one split, but we noticed that it had splice in it.
So if you notice there, the engineers put in like a splice detail, which means they normally put them at thirds, which means basically it's not as bigger, because if you're trying to lift that full length there, I mean, you probably wouldn't be able to do it.
That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, it would be ridiculous, but it's the gauge on the steel. It's absolutely
thick,
massive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but so how long do you reckon now then?
We'll be done Wednesday. It's obviously bank holiday Monday. We'll be finished Wednesday and the play.
How was this compared to our original thing? What did you say on the original thing? I have to go back through the episodes and see. What did you say?
I reckon we would have been on target. We might have just gone a bit over now.
The weather's been terrible.
And we had a bit of a weight on the steel as well. But
good pun there. Weight on the steel.
Weight on the steel. You like that?
2-ton steel. Yeah. So no, but yeah, it's actually only a small extension, but all the work in this is in the structural, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, more structural than anything.
But no, cracking on. It's good. I like things like this because even though it's a bit of a ball ache and it's slowed us down a bit, but it's something a bit more interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes you've got to do. Yeah. Do you think 4 genies are going to be enough there?
Yeah, it should do. We've got us as well, haven't we? So
yeah, we'll have a look there. Yeah. Sound, crack on, boys. Right. Keep up the good work. So I'm just about to leave the job, and I bumped into 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗃, our talented project manager, and I thought I'd ask him. You told me the baby's name, and I've forgotten it. How is it?
Ariella.
Ariella. What a lovely name that is, Ariella. So how's things, Paul?
She's good as gold. I can't fault her at all.
How's the breastfeeding going?
All right. It's doing all right still. She's off the tit now, which is good.
That's better. You know what? You need to keep them breastfeeding though, because that means you don't have to get up in the night then.
I still have to give her a try. Missus don't wake up though, don't I?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, she's good as gold. Sleeps all night, goes to bed at 8 and wakes up at 6.
So Paul's looking after this job for us, and this job's just grown legs, hasn't it? It's just literally customer just wants it right and is throwing loads at us, which is great. That's how jobs go sometimes. But you're also looking after the grab and aggregate side of the business, aren't you? For us?
That's right. Yeah.
How's that going?
Flying at the moment.
Yeah,
absolutely flying. I mean, it's got bigger and quicker. Well, bigger quicker than we expected. Yeah, and we could probably do with another wagon, to be honest.
I know. Me and Alex are talking. I've got loads saved on my eBay and Auto Trader account, and it is. It feels like I just don't want to push it too much because it's good at the moment, but it's hard, isn't it? Because everyone sees to want them all at once.
Yeah, they want them now.
Yeah. Like, so is that a hard part of the job? Just
get up and over communicate with them and stuff like that. Yeah.
See, if I was running it, it'd be a nightmare because I had to say yes to everyone, and then I'd upset everyone. So it's good, but Paul's got the right sort of temperament for it. He's always available. That's why I put him across this, because I knew that he'd be really reactive. Because your background is being in sales and repping and all sorts. You've had a bit of a mad career, really, haven't you?
Just a bit, yeah.
So Paul worked for one of our builders merchants, and I poached him. So he used to do loads of work, like passing, getting us to buy materials from him, and he was really good, really attentive. He'd always available any time of the day, and he used to chase me for money as well. So he was good at that side of things. So he was. I said one day, I just texted him out of the blue and said, I had a bit of an idea. I thought, I'm going to ask Paul if he fancies. I said, would you consider coming over? And I was like, he came back to me pretty quick. Went, yeah. And we had a chat, and it's pretty much the worst decision you've ever made in your life, isn't it?
Rest is history,
yeah. The rest of your life is history. Yeah. But you enjoy it, don't you?
Yeah, it's good.
It's no 2 days are the same at this company, are they?
Absolutely not, no.
Yeah, and he's gone from running builds to now running a grab and aggregate yard, and next week we might, when we set up the boy band, the Heavy Trade boy band, you'll be...
Yeah, I'm front run.
You're lead
Runner
singer.
there, aren't you? Yeah.
I imagine you're a pretty good dancer, actually.
Well, I'll let you know at weekend when I go into town, when United win.
Canal Street.
Canal Street, yeah, watching United versus City.
Oh, what would you reckon?
17-0 to City, I reckon.
That's if they go easy on us.
In the first half.
Come on, United. So anyway, that's that. Good site visit. Tricky one, that, but I love a bit of structural work. Over to my business partner, Alex, at Preferred Joinery. My man.
Welcome back to Preferred Joinery. So today, loads going on again. I'm going to go over and visit one of the properties where we're fitting out the big sash unit job that you've seen getting made through the factory. So it'll be good to see it coming to fruition. Inside, Mike's going to show us around a few little things where we're up to, and then you'll see what the boys are up to normally week to week anyway. So let's go and have a look.
So that timber there will make that.
Which is this? So this is where the windows are, then, isn't it?
Yeah, that's number one. That's the entrance.
So this property is the one we've just done them 25 units for, that you've seen getting made. They're gone out, actually getting fitted as well. They started getting fitted yesterday. So them on the floor there, was we asked about these last week. So they're going to get put through planer first, aren't they?
Well, they'll go to the saw, cut to size. Some will need ripping down, so they'll go to the rip saw. And then I'll have them on my famous little trolley over here.
Yeah.
And then I come here then, and then that'll all become lovely planed up timber. Then he'll put it together like that. But he'll pass that down there then.
Is Dave going to fit it while he's fitting the windows?
It'll be at the end, because you may as well get rid of all the scaffold and then just put that in on the end, innit?
Yeah. After I've been here, I'm going to go over to this property where it's getting fitted, so I'll show you what's happening there, you'll be able to see it, and then I'll show you another one, which is what's getting made up now. So we've arrived at the project that we're doing with Preferred. Heavy, they must be heavy them now, aren't they? All the weights in. Been told by everyone today he's like the world's strongest man. The door that me and Mike were speaking about, we showed you on a little clipboard what's getting built. This is the door. So it's like, you can see it's a bit tired now, a bit worse for wear, but it's a full replacement in hardwood that we're doing, which is going to be nice when it's done. We'll be taking it out, Dave will be fitting it once the back end of these windows have all been fitted out. But it's a nice looking door, really. All nice doors around this area. So you can see all the older windows now being taken out. The lads are just throwing them down now till the skip comes, and then we'll fill the skip. We always try and wait till we stack up enough stuff and then get a skip here and fill it, because you get neighbours throwing stuff in it. But they've started upstairs first. You want to show you in a second what's going in. So I'll say these windows are going in primed. We'll do them in the factory, prime them, put them on site, fit them, and then they have their own contractor and paint contractor that comes and paints on site. So we'll literally, when you see the finished product in a minute, that's our finished product, not theirs, that they're going to paint it. But it's a nice big building. All these buildings around here are big, lovely buildings. Loads of character feature to them. So the lads are just on the second floor there. You can see them inside the flat. So as you see before, they carry them all upstairs rather than going up the scaffold with them all, getting them lifted outside. Just because it's easier, a bit more safer to get them in, some weight in the windows. So they'll lift them up and get them in, and then they'll fit them from the inside out.
We'd obviously take the sashes out first, take the weight out, cut the box, take the box out, and then we'll refit the window.
Put the weight back on.
Well, we'll usually, sometimes we take the weight out and carry the box up and then put the weights in. On this occasion, we've took out just the one bottom sash because it's a little bit lighter and we can get it up the stairs. And then we'll obviously just refit.
Saying a little bit lighter, still heavy.
Well, so we'll just fit the bottom sash afterwards then.
Yeah.
But usually we take the weight out and then refit the weight.
And then refit it. Because I always see them weighting them up and that, because Richard's always saying, oh Dave, once they're putting on this time. That's just so it's all together for you then, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just quicker for me, isn't it? It saves me the process of putting them in, but the ones downstairs, they'll just come, they're fully weighted, so we'll just get them in because we haven't got the stairs to manoeuvre around then.
You'll have also seen in the factory as well, the ones with the little two sashes on the top, that's them windows there. So the ground floor ones, I've got the ones with the two sashes on the top. And you'll see in a shot today, actually, of one of them that's been primed for the other property, which is down the road. Which I'm hoping we're going to go and see. I think the scaffold might not be up, and that's might be to see what it looks like before we even touch it. How long do you reckon got left on here then now? How many time to do a day?
We got them two done and finished off the inside in a day, which that's not too bad. So we've got 4 today. Because it's in the same room, we'll probably more than less fit these 4 today and finish on the inside. Flat? Yeah. We've still got 1 in the kitchen to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then we're going upstairs to flat 6 because he's only got 1 in flat 6 then.
But yeah, good, that mate, doing well, mate, good stuff. Yeah, so we're coming up to the next one now, which we're going to do, which is the canopies getting replaced by us as well. There's no scaffold on this one, so it's another nice one, so you can see what the building actually looks like and see the characteristics of the building and how nice they are around here. Some of them are good, like that one behind us, like a big HR that got done, but these ones are all flat, and it'll be a nice property once it's done.
So yeah, we're in between now. I've got to nip out to Manny, but when I come back, I've got to start jumping into that then.
Yeah, there's another big job in Manchester there.
He's got some more over there to work on. And then we're like box world at the moment, sash window box world. There's the next lot there ready to come in. They're all here.
Yeah.
They're there.
Oh yeah, that's them.
I've just left that there because we've already got so many in there. So they're all machined out ready for them. That's a door, I was playing yesterday.
Yeah.
All rebated up, just waiting for Dev when he's done that. He's got these.
Did we rebate it for the spindle?
It's the block still set, only done it yet yesterday. So that's going to be a door in Runcorn.
There's a job in Manchester he's going to today to have a look at. We've got to do a sample window. It's literally right in town centre, city centre Manchester. It's a decent sized job, but they want us to do a sample first so the conservation officer can have a look at it and make sure they're happy with it before we do the rest. Yeah,
it's an old medical centre. I'm assuming it's going to be posh apartments.
Posh apartments, yeah.
So these are big, chunky X150 by 75 windows to match what's in the house.
So you don't normally do them that thick then, no?
No, but they've already got existing windows and that's what they like, so they wanted 2 in the conversion to match the rest of the house. So the frame, outer frame's black and then the inner sashes are white.
So that's black, going black and in there, white inside the full sash?
Yeah, so that'll be white and that'll be black.
Splinter there, that, right on my finger.
That's hardwood for you.
Nice though then. Solid, aren't they?
Heavy.
Proper heavy then.
No glass in that, yeah. This one's a big one I'm going to now, like, whoa, could take us through to Christmas. I've got the joy of driving there now. We'll meet the site agents. And
good little drive that now, nice and warm.
Yeah, windows down.
That's it.
I would have had my shorts on, but because I'm going to site, I thought
better look proper. Put the old school jeans on instead.
Old school jeans on, yeah.
Yeah. Tape measure on the pocket.
Yeah, there is.
Do that.
I don't need a laser.
You see all them boxes that are made up here now? That's for the second house?
That's for number 33, yeah. So we just stand them up and then they'll get painted. Yeah. All the glass will come in again on Friday, so we'll start glazing all them up again.
Yeah.
And then they'll eventually look like them by the end of next week. So I would have thought, we've got a bank holiday, haven't we?
Next week.
Not next week, the week after, that'll be finished.
So nice update again this week in Preferred. Seeing a few things happen again inside of our little walkthrough, show you what's going on. Showed you the second house getting built, ready to go out. Showing you the first one getting fitted with Dave. And as we were getting off, we could see the second property getting ready for the scaffold to go up, and you could see what it looks like before we started, see all the characteristics of the property. But yeah, with all that being said, I'm going to hand you back over to Chris in Manchester.
I can't believe the size of them windows and that they just lift them up them stairs on their own. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, they're heavier than they look, and they look really heavy. So I mentioned before, the lads challenged us, so the tradesmen challenged us, the young whippersnappers, us pen pushers in the office, to a little football match, 5-a-side football match. So we managed to get a bit of a team together, dusted off the boots, and we set about it last night. I'm aching today, but have a look and see how we got on. Morning, it's Friday and I'm at Project Moss, one of our extension builds, and we're at the final fix stage now, so I've come to have a little look to see how the boys are getting on with the second fix. I'm also wearing my fleece because it's freezing. I suppose it is May, innit? So yeah, this was a design and build project for us, so it's nice to see it sort of take shape. I remember coming and having a site meeting, sat here, I think I was, with the customer. We were all sort of crammed on a table. In fact, no, we were over the other side. We were all just around the table, and it was, at that point, it was hard to envision what the space would be like. This is Mike, don't want to be on camera, but he is very good looking, so I don't understand why. And yeah, now I've seen it skimmed out. It's a mega space. Every project, as a lot of you guys will know, always sort of really takes shape once it's been skimmed. It feels bigger, it feels cleaner, and when you get a lick of paint on it, when it's sort of whitewashed, then it looks better still. But yeah, we put in a trusty Howden's kitchen. And do you guys work with Howden's? They frustrate me a bit, Howden's, because we send loads of customers their way, and they don't always look after clients as well as they should do, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, they have got a good range and the price is good, so that's the and they've always got it in stock, so it's hard to sort of get away from that. So it's really nice seeing this scheme come together, because obviously we designed and built it, like I said before. T-Burn West did the design from this, so we've gone from the initial meeting, the blank sheet of paper, to seeing it come together and see it built. So those are the best jobs for me. I absolutely love them. I love offering that full turnkey service. Like I've said in previous episodes, we used to recommend architects and pass them on, and then we'd never hear back from the customer. So it gave me the idea. I thought, no, I'm not having that. So we've set up the service where we do the design and then hopefully the build. Now, we don't always win the build, and I don't mind, you know, other builders that I know using our drawings and stuff like that, but it's nice when we get the whole process and we can see it right through. But yeah, it's nice. So what we've done here, this is the existing house here, and we've basically repurposed. This was the kitchen. We've put a wall here with a sliding door, and when you've got tight space, a pocket door system's perfect. Situations like this, we're using them more and more now. I need to get shares of the pocket door company, to be honest. But this is going to be a small utility. Again, this was the existing kitchen, so the window was already in place, and it makes total sense. Screeders have got to come in and bring this level, correct the levels here, and then this is going to be a small toilet which is off the utility. There's a bit of a misnomer in industry that you can't have a toilet off a kitchen, but you can. It's not against building regs, it's just not necessarily great design, but we utilise this one quite a bit, where the toilet comes out just off, through the utility, so it is away from the food preparation area. But yeah, it's great. So just a nice standard scheme. I love single story extensions. I'd build them all day, every day. I mean, look, I built like 400, 500 grand extensions, like that literally wrap around the full house, and they're great, but actually when you weigh it up, you don't make that much money on them. But these ones, you could be in, out. It adds a massive sort of change to the house. The customer benefits so much from the additional space, and this is now ready, future-proof for generations to come. So I love single story extensions. So I'm here with one of my best, elite, Rob. Is it Rob or Robin?
Rob.
But you introduce yourself to me as Robin.
Yeah, I know.
But as we call him affectionately,
Rob.
Captain Lock.
Captain.
Captain Lock, because he is the captain of our second fix ship, aren't you?
Yes.
How long have you worked for Every Trade now?
4 years.
And honestly, not putting you on the spot, what's your honest opinion of me?
Very good.
Do you mean that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a mutual respect, me and you, haven't we?
Yeah, but it's all about being honest and straight, in it. And I think if you're honest and straight, then that's
We've had a lot of deep
is.
chats, Rob and I, because I respect his opinion, because he's an ultimate professional.
And doing it long enough.
You have. You've been 150 years.
160.
Tell you what.
160 years.
When are you thinking about retiring? Don't retire yet.
No.
Will you give me
another 20 years? Yeah.
Will you give me another 20 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we talk though, and he speaks candidly, Rob, about me, and gives me a little advice. He doesn't condescend to me, but he says, "Look, have you thought about doing this, Captain Lock? I mean, Chris, come on, you call yourself a builder. Stop this YouTube. You think you are Logan John, or whatever he's called? You know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah. No idea.
KSL." That kind of man. I mean, come on, Chris, you need to start growing up now. He's 40 years of age, man. No, but he is great. And you should see, one thing I say about Robbie's van is immaculate. It was like the day you got it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's brand new. And I always say you can tell a good tradesman by his van. And his van
keep
is
the site clean like this.
Yeah, the site is great. And you and Matt have formed a really good partnership.
We have.
Yeah.
We have. Very good.
Yeah, and at first we used, because the two of our really good guys, the temptation was to split them up, but we try and keep you together because it just works, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It just works.
It just works.
It just works.
You know. So we're happy, and I appreciate
you got
Rob.
the age and the beauty.
Well, that's just you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got Matt.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I'd say that was a great line, that. No, we haven't. Yeah. We appreciate you, Rob, but you know I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hope you don't retire anytime soon.
No.
And neither do our customers.
No intention.
Yeah. Do you still love what you do?
Yeah, I do love it.
Yeah.
I do love it. It's creating stuff for people, isn't it?
I mean, look at the end result as well. This is going to be such an incredible space as well.
It will be great. When this is finished, this will look great for John and Nicky. It will.
Yeah, it will. It'll be some space, yeah. So how long have you got left on this kitchen now, Captain Locke?
Yeah, well, we've got the plinths to do and little bits here and there, but they're doing the floor next week.
When they template in
They've templated the thing, the granite this morning, so that'll be a week. So then they'll come and fit that. Once the granite's on and the floor's done, bifulls have got to go in, and then we'll just come back and do the internals. So we've got internal doors, skirtings and arcs, and then we're away.
On to the next one.
On to the next one.
Sail to the next job.
Very similar to this.
It is actually
over at Rosewood.
Project Rosewood, yeah. Well, yeah, same again, kitchen utility, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Well, we're pleased you chose us, Captain Locke, anyway.
Yeah, no problem.
Love you, pal. Love you. So I was just about to leave Project Moss, and I bumped into these two boys here. We've got Cody and we've got Mackenzie. They work for our electrical subby, Opal, and yeah, how do you think the game went the other night, boys?
It's not worth talking about.
No, it was all right. It was good to have a game in the office, but
I didn't realise you were playing.
Oh, right, really?
No, I didn't see you much, yeah. And the week before, you were banging them in from every single angle. What happened this week?
Just couldn't hack it again.
Because you two were really giving it the big one, weren't you? Like about the office, saying, you know, pen pushers and all that lot. And then
it was just the stamina side. You've got marathon runners in your team.
That's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a poacher, me, though, really. I know you said I missed a few. It was hard, actually. It was intense, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But
Good game, though.
What was the final score?
I don't know.
I think we drew, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We was 1 or 2 up.
I think we beat you by about 6.
No.
No, it was a few. I'll have to go back and check. But yeah, really, before you get to work, and one thing I was going to ask you, what's going on with that moustache?
Really? Is this what we're going to do?
Yeah, I just want to know, that's all.
No, just
but it's kind of like really thin,
I
but
feel
it's
like
very long as well.
It's ingrained now. I can't get rid of it now.
Did you start growing it for Movember or whatever it's called?
No, I've had it for years now. I can't get rid of it.
Trim it round. Do you get your food stuck in it?
No, it's not that bad.
Nah, these two are top lads. Anyway, what are you doing today then, boys, here?
Just mainly focusing on getting the downlight second fixed and the sockets mainly.
It's high, that ceiling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the second fixing.
Yeah, it's good. So, and then, when will you be done? Do you know?
Today.
For them too, today.
But for all this, this will all be second fixed. You're powering it up today?
No, not today. We're not powering it up. We're just getting it already. Today.
Okay, good lads. All right, well, rematch. Are you going to play a rematch with us?
Yeah, we need to get it done monthly.
You should start training, maybe.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. All right, maybe try and grow a beard. Could you grow a beard?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you can. You get a few bits through there.
Yeah.
How old are you though?
17, 18.
Oh, 18, that'll be it. Yeah. All right, see you later, boys. Top lads. See you later, Captain Locke.
See you, Christopher.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
And you, Matty Leach, yeah? You don't want to be on camera because he's so good looking. Good lads. So I'm glad you've got to meet Rob there. I did say I really wanted to meet some of our guys. It took me years to build an elite team, and honestly, I joke about it, but I had this vision of building the SAS of construction. And what I mean by that is great tradesmen that have got all the best tools, got the best equipment, got good uniform, and are able to undertake work of any complexity under any deadline. And that is what I've tried to build. I was obsessed with the SAS when I was younger. I wanted to join them, but being a midget, they don't let midgets in. Although I would be quite good at tunnelling and stuff like that. But yeah, Rob is one of the elite squad, and Matt that he works with, Sean, Matt Gratty, I think you've met, a few of the other lads. I mean, Tom Connor, it's too many, Phil Payne, it's too many to name because I don't want to leave them out, but I've assembled a team of highly skilled, like multi-skilled operatives, and that's what I see him as. And yeah, I'm living basically my childhood dream by building my own little army. But yeah, this job's coming together now. We're just waiting on the doors, and we're always waiting on bifolds, and you'll notice because it's a 5 or 6 week lead time. We could stop and wait, but the job's just got to carry on. So we always do that. We build some kind of temporary hoarding. We price it into the job because it's our responsibility to make sure the customer's house is safe and they can still live as best they can without a kitchen, with a big hole in the back of their house. So yeah, we always do that. So back at HQ, Dale is undertaking a wet belt upgrade on one of our own vans, and as I said, I wanted to do this sooner, but it took ages to get the kit because they're selling out everywhere. So we've got 3 lined up ready to go. So you're going to crack on with the first one with the highest miles. So over to Dale.
So I'm back off my holidays. Can't leave too long or else everyone panics. First job here, got to do the wet belt on this van. I've got all the parts. I'll show you a few bits that I've got on the bench over there. I have actually already started doing it. They're just draining the oil out, the water, and then getting stuck on, taking engine mounts off one side off of the engine mount, so I can drop the engine down to get to the side of the casing, so I can get and expose the wet belt itself. So you'll see me getting on with it, and I'll do a bit of a time lapse, and you'll see what's going on. So as you can see here, we've got the sump. I'm actually waiting on some genuine Ford gasket seal for this. Going with all the genuine Ford oils, the cover for the belt, the wet belt itself with water pump belts and oil pump belts, oil filter, tensioner, new bolts. So yeah, these are all the bits to get me going. Yeah, let's crack on. So here, we've taken the pickup off the bottom of this van. Basically this picks up the oil from the bottom of the sump, allowing it to get sucked up into the engine so it doesn't get any dry spots, because obviously your oil moves around in your sump. So I've noticed there's a gauze in here which you have to clean out, and you can see here this is actually bits of rubber from the belt. So it's definitely worn. This van has actually got about 80,000 miles, so it is well due, this wet belt. But yeah, we're cracking on and getting there. Good few hours. I think, like I said earlier, good few hours. We'll get a few shots of certain things, do a bit of a talk through of what's going on, because I think in the future we're going to be offering this service out as, it's quite a demand. Because it happens to these vans all the time, and it can be really expensive when they fail. So yeah, I'm gonna get stuck in and learn it properly and get it all, with the genuine parts, and we'll be able to offer that out as a service. So yeah, keep watching.
Welcome back to Liverpool. We're on Project Albert, and good progression this week again inside. Just waiting for the scaffold to go. We were told it was getting done earlier on in the week, but now we're getting told it's going to be later in the week. So we need that down now, because all high level stuff is done. Just got the low level stuff to do, but we need it gone out the way, and we need it putting up on Project Adelaide. So they're going to do it both on the same day, now I'm told. But inside, the painters are cracking on, and we're going to see how they get on. So all the walls are now coming in nice. You can see he's still got a bit more cutting in to do there, Wes, but the most base of it is on now. And I'm going to do the skirt the same colour as the wall, the door frames and the architraves. I'm just going to test out the sample on the door itself, whether to do it a black colour or put the door in the same as well. Don't know yet. But I did this on a project recently, and I've also done it in my own house as well, where I've painted the walls, skirt, arcs and doors all the same. Obviously the paint on the walls is a masonry paint, but the woodwork paint is an eggshell, so it's just got a slight little shine to it, so just offsets it just enough to show the difference between the wall and the skirt and the arcs. But it's looking good. I like it at this stage of the job now, because you can start to see exactly what it's going to be like. Also what I do in here now is get the measurements for the furniture, just to cross check them with what I already had anyway, and then send them off to our furniture suppliers to start getting them made up and book a date in for it to be delivered. But essentially, like in this room now, You can see the radiator will go back on there. There'll be a telly there. Bed will be in that section. And we always put 4-foot beds in for the students, so it's like a small double. This one will have like a bedside cum chest, we call them. So it's like a chest of drawers that acts as a bedside. We'll have a desk there with a chair, and then it'll be a wardrobe there in the corner. Wall light on the wall, and then obviously the ensuite in there. But the furniture colour in here, I don't know where to go with the last one that we used previously on one of the jobs, or try and pick a different colour again this time round. We'll have to see. Might go down and see them and see what they've got available and see if we can come up with a new style. Because sometimes when we use a certain type of furniture all the time, we try and mix it up. Like, I think for the past 2 years now we've used the same one on all the student stuff. So it might be time for a bit of a change, but we'll see. But as I say, yeah, get the measurements in, get them sent off, and then we'll get them made. But we're on track, to be fair. Looking good. So I'm just checking as well where we're up to on the plumbing side. So Alex is more or less done now. He's got, you know, it's a little bit dusty because the plumbers have been sanding off, but he's got on his enclosures, his toilet and the sink. But you can see there that little layout, so it's quite compact. So on this one, it's had to be a little bit smaller because the rise are behind. We had to get all the stack and the waste up and stuff and the ventilation, but this property itself is a little bit narrower than usual, so we had to just pull 100 mil in to make sure we had the right hallway size for the regulations coming up and down. But essentially in an ensuite in each room, just a toilet, small sink, that's where we have our toothbrush charger, and then on there is where we have our LED mirror, and then shower there. And another thing we do, a little trick that we do, is we always put the shower, so when you have a bifold door that opens to that side, so you'd open it there where you got your sink, so give you more space to get in. And then we always put the shower on this wall, so when you want to get in the shower, or the student wants to get in the shower, they haven't got to reach in and turn it on. They literally turn it on with the hand without getting wet, let it warm up and then get in. Because if you put a shower on the back wall, even though it looks nice to look at it, to turn that on you've got to get in, and you could be a chance of you getting wet with water. And if you put it on the other side, it's behind the door. So we worked out over the years, is that the better way to do it is always there. So it's a good little tip there if anyone, even if you're doing your own house up at home, you're trying to work out where to put the shower, we've put it so you can have your controls, you can turn them on and off without them to step in and catch the water. So inside, the lads are just sanding down here, so where the walls look a bit more rougher. So they always put one layer of paint on first. And what we used to do as well is, we used to just whitewash everything. But then since then, Wes, who sorts the paint now for us, he said start getting the base coat in the same colour as well. It makes it a little bit easier when they're sanding down and touching up. So that's what we started doing. So you can see they put the colour on first in a cheaper form of paint. So it's obviously not the top coat that we use in the acrylic durable matte. But he'll do that first, sand it down, and then he's sanded in, you know, ready to start going over it and doing another 2 layers of paint on top again. So it's coming on nice. I can see Alex put all the taps on now as well. A little bit dusty again in here. But the second fix plumbing is nearly done. It's a few more little enclosures that I've seen upstairs he needs to put on. And then we're more or less boxed inside. But we're outside, we're getting on with the render as well, because that's been done. Just need the scaffold down, as we say, so we can finish off. We're going to clean this back, render this up as well, the same as the house. Render this retaining wall in here and put our back gate on, but we'll also do our concrete finish as well. Do a bit of brick acid on the extension, clean all the bricks down, make it look nice. Where the existing was there, where we just put a little bit of small render on, because it's not the finished engineering brick on the existing, we just paint that black just to match in. But see, Christine's put a stop bead there so we can finish up into it nice. But it's looking good, nearly there. Just need to clean down on the plastics. I can see there for some reason it hasn't gone over the fascia with plastic, so we think you need to do that as well and swap that gutter out. I don't know why he hasn't done that yet, but that's the only thing I can see that needs doing high level. But other than that, we're more or less boxed. And as I say, once that comes down, it opens up more work. The floor, and Alex can also put a soil stack outside to tie in the toilets. So you can see as well, these come in handy a lot. The lads have certain names for them, but I won't say what they are. But essentially, when you've got no downpipe on, or you can't because of access, or there's a scaffold in the way, you put these sleeves on, and it ties, and then you can direct the water wherever you want then, off over to a certain point, so it's not running down the house or running down the wall or running onto the scaffold where you're working. And they're very, very good. They're not that expensive, you get them on Amazon or wherever, but they come in handy. So we always make sure we put them on, and I can see Christine's done that there to stop it from running on the new render while it was drying off. So that's it for today on Project Albert. Keep trying to get mixed up with these because give me this task to say. But yeah, as I say, the painting's cracking on. By next week, we should have the scaffold down, we'll be able to get outside, do them bits, paint should more or less be boxed. I'm standing on the table that Christian's made for us, which is going to go here, which we spoke about a couple of episodes ago, just waiting for the steel legs to be made so we can get it mounted. But as I say, it's coming to the final stages on here now, so it's looking good. So, but I'm hoping over the past couple of weeks that you've been watching the progression on here. Like when we first showed this one, me and Chris and Christine were standing here, and it was literally, you know, back to brick, and you could see the first fix was just on its way, getting all the stud work in. The stud work weren't even in downstairs. So over the weeks you've been able to see the progression on this one coming right the way through, and now we're showing you Project Adelaide as well. You can see that one coming in. So as I say, good little week again on here this week, and I'm happy it's getting where it's going. Just need to decide on the colour for the doors, what we're going to do, and then Wes can carry on doing what he needs to do on the painting side. But yeah, and as I say, before we do anything else as well, I need to get the fridge ordered. It's only appliances left to go in, which is going to go there. But yeah, so I'm hoping that you're seeing all the bits that we're dealing with on a day-to-day basis on the property bits, and you're learning as we're going. I'm trying to show you tips as we progress as well that come to us as I can explain them and show you properly so you can see it visually as well, rather than me just telling you about something. But with that being said, I'm going to hand you back to Manchester now.
So some good progress there on Project Albert. That's a bad Scouse accent. You do a Scouse accent.
It's sound, mate. It's flying over there, lad.
Yeah, you can't swear because it's YouTube.
Oh,
yeah, we'll have to beep it, but to carry on, it's alright.
Yeah, no, we're smashing it over there, lad.
What do you reckon, Al? Is this good? Yeah, probably just lost a load of subscribers in Liverpool now. But no, we are making some good progress over there. If you remember, in, I think it was a couple of weeks ago episode, we Jamescape, one of our customers on the grab side of things, brought in his digger and needed a lot of TLC. And Warren, our magic man, has started it, and he's prepping it, and he's going to get it ready for spraying. And we're going to bring the spraying, hopefully, in Wednesday's episode. So come back in Wednesday's episode to have a look. But let's see him in action. So there's another little string to our bow I didn't think we'd be doing. It looks like we're now restoring machines. Do you know what? If I can get a few more of them in, I'll be absolutely buzzing. Let's see how this one turns out. And I've managed James's expectations because it's an old machine, but we'll do our best with it. Warren's stressing a bit because he said it's not going to be perfect, but James knows that. But yeah, if you like it and you've got a machine you want spraying and giving it your own company colours, then get in touch. We were called to a job this week at a local primary school, and basically their roof was leaking, and it's been like, I don't know what it's been like in the rest of the world, but in Manchester, the northwest, the rain has been atrocious. But however, it's raining inside the classrooms, and it's raining inside the hall while the kids are having assembly. So we sent guys over to have a look, and I'm astonished, and I just can't believe how bad a condition these schools are in. And this is not the first job we've been to at school. I've been to a few schools now, and obviously there's been the concrete situation with all the concrete crumbling, but the condition that schools have been let get into, it's outrageous. It's outrageous, and I'm not into being political, but the government have been sleeping on the job, because it's like our kids, these are kids as well that missed time off for COVID and things like that. Almost a year of education for COVID. Now having to like evacuate classrooms because they're getting soaked. So yeah, my guys went out, and we've actually been approved now because we put the price in this morning, but we did a temporary repair while we were there. We had to do it because I couldn't leave the school. Like, even if they didn't use us for the job, I would have still done it. So we've done some temporary repairs, and we've stopped the rain coming into the hall. One of the bits we can't get to, we need some scaffolding, but we're doing it next week now. We've moved a few things around just because I just can't let these kids, you know, like learn with rain coming down. You know, you send your kids to school. We pay a lot of tax in this country. We send our kids to school, and the least we expect is them to be dry and safe inside of school. General election's been announced coming up, and I'm not a majorly political person, and you know, I'm a bit indifferent. I'm from a working class background, but I'll probably lean a bit more towards the Tories, but for no other reason other than I thought they were pro-business. But really, are they all the same? But really, we pay a lot of taxes, yet our vans are getting broken into, our roads are in terrible condition, crimes don't get investigated, and now our schools are leaking in. I don't want to like make this negative, but we need to do something about it. You know, our kids deserve better, especially because we're so highly taxed. So whoever is in government next, they need to pull the finger out and spend some money on schools, because it's not fair and it's not safe. We are a product of our environment. How are kids expected to thrive and learn and, you know, become the best version of themselves if it's leaking inside the classrooms? So yeah, that'll be a job next week, and yeah, it's one of them things, and we've done it at cost actually, because I just want to get it done. I wanted to get the job because I think there'll be a lot more work with that school, but at the same time, I just wanted to get it boxed because it's terrible. The kids got evacuated from the school. In other news, I think 3 people guessed the actual right episode, or knew the right episode where KTM did the worm. However, I forgot to do the draw or whatever we're going to do in this episode, so we'll do that in Wednesday's episode. So I think there's 3 of yous. One of yous will get a limited edition Every Trade t-shirt, which I'm shocked that people want, but quite a lot of people seem to want. But yeah, that's it. Sorry to be too negative, but I feel really strongly about that school situation, but we'll do our best and help out. So that's it for another week at Every Trade. I hope you're enjoying these episodes, guys. The feedback by and large has been really good. All I want to do is tell the story of our businesses growing, warts and all, everything. I don't want to hold anything back. I just want to be transparent, because that is what I believe has been missing from the YouTube content world, especially in our industry. It's 5:16. Yeah, 5:16 on a Friday. I'm the last man standing. But that's it for another week at Every Trade. Click here to watch last week's episode, and click here and here for, honestly, 2 amazing episodes you've probably watched before, but you might want to watch again, and click here to subscribe to the channel. Have a long, lovely bank holiday weekend, and I'll see you next week for a short week, man. But anyway, have a great weekend, guys. Good.